The Rivers State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has told the 27 lawmakers of the Assembly threatening to impeach Governor Siminilayi Fubara that they lack the legitimacy to execute their threat. On Saturday, the lawmakers said they would not hesitate to commence a fresh impeachment proceeding against the governor if he continued to allegedly violate the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended and the laws of the state. But the PDP, in a statement signed by its publicity secretary, asked the lawmakers to stop disturbing the peace of the state and allow the courts to determine their legitimacy. To discuss this, I am joined by Associate Professor of Public Law, Rivers State University, Ritchard Wokocha. Thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Good evening, Nigerians.
What can you tell us about what led to this latest impeachment threat?
Well, I think it's becoming a regular thing almost on weekly basis or bi-weekly basis that we hear one thing or the other untoward of the nature of a threat or something from the gentlemen who are still sitting as members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. As you have read in the news, yes, they issued a threat that they would not hesitate to recommence impeachment proceedings against the governor, or to commence impeachment proceedings against the governor if he fails to do what they expect him to do. And what they expect him to do is to obey a number of those legislations they have tinkered with by way of amendments, and they expect the governor to obey what they have done and play in accordance with their rule, perhaps enable them achieve what they want by the quote and unquote amendments that they have made.
All right. Let's see if we can.
Basically, that's what they have done. Yes.
Okay. Let's see if we can get your perspective, because I've asked the same question of a number of guests here. The question of legitimacy of the 27 lawmakers of the Assembly that's now threatening to impeach the governor. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, I have on a number of occasions expressed my candid view, which is that going by the language of the Constitution, the moment they decamp from their party to another party without the constitutional reasons, the Constitution says they have vacated their seats. And the follow-up action that was undertaken by what was left of the House of Assembly sealed their positions, legally speaking. It remains for a court to say something about this. But the position of the Constitution is that with effect from when you do what you do, you have vacated your seat. So a judicial action is to determine whether you can be restored or whether your excuses that you have given can enable the court to restore you to the position. I have maintained the position that, for me, frankly speaking, from the point of law, what they have been doing is holding a meeting of association, some kind of committee of friends, and reaching resolutions which, strictly speaking, have no value in law. Because you have to be a legislator to make laws for a state. It's not enough that you wear legislators and you resign your positions by vacating your positions through movement from your party to another party without the constitutional circumstance that would justify that. So what you do is a waste of time, because eventually it will be pronounced upon, and once your position is confirmed by any court, all you have done all the while is waste of time. But to be honest with you, I don't blame them. I blame those who recognize them as members of the House of Assembly of Rivers State. It's only on the strength of that recognition that they are continuing to do the things they are doing and assuming that they are what they were before they vacated their seats. So I think I hold those who are permitting them to continue in that direction responsible for it.
What is the defining discussion in the academic circles about the political crisis in the state, how it is impacting government, and the possibility of an end in sight?
What you have is that you have a situation where the state has no House of Assembly, strictly speaking. If you also watch the conduct of the 27 members of the House of Assembly who have vacated their seats, if you watch their conduct, you'll find that they are not acting as House of Assembly members of Rivers State, but acting as a partisan team or instruments of parties to a dispute who are doing the bidding of that party. And even this last statement, if you read that statement that was issued, in which they issued that threat, they spent a whole lot of their time eulogizing Mr. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and defending the minister against those who have held opinions that are contrary against him. That is not the work of the House of Assembly of a state. Mr. Minister has the constitutional right to defend himself and to take actions if he feels that he has been defamed and all that. They have increasingly shown themselves to be House of Assembly of Mr. Minister and not House of Assembly of Rivers State. I do not think they are acting as House of Assembly under the Constitution or House of Assembly representing the constituencies of Rivers State that they presently lay claim to. So naturally, the state will suffer. The state will suffer.
That's quite unfortunate. Prof, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Secretary, thanks for having me.